Welcome back to another episode of the Wildcard. Of course, my name is Brian Wawudo, joined by
Jonito from Zoza Sportscast. Emma Zoza.
Venant, the best FPL manager in town.
Starting the show with lies.
And the best FPL manager in town got 36 points.
Yes, that's 6 points, yeah.
Game week 34.
God damn.
Wait, talk about FPL. We'll talk about
We'll
FPL.
talk about it later. Remember, this show has always been brought to you courtesy of SportPesa. And before we get to the gist of the show, of course, kama kawaida, type the answer up in the YouTube comment section. Question of the week. What was the result when Barcelona last hosted Inter in the UEFA Champions League? Type up the answer in the comment section and I'll give you a shout out in next week's episode.
Yes.
Liverpool are champions. Hold up. Wait a minute. Kila mtu amesahau. Nobody remembers. No, it's facts.
They're walking alone.
Is anyone fast? I haven't seen anything on social media.
I haven't seen the
I opened up. I think the Mbappe account, the Mbappe free kick account is getting more traction on Twitter than Liverpool's on fire.
Yes.
They're not, I mean, they have no aura of being champions.
Even the Real Madrid account,
Yes.
they posted about the free kick Mbappe scored. It got more traction than
Liverpool champion.
Manze.
So basically, what you're having here are two haters who are just feeling bad because their team no longer won the Premier League for more than 10 years. Come on, Liverpool, the last time they won this league, akukwa na mafans, there were no fans, they were at home. Now this is it's like a redemption. It's like their second chance now to finally celebrate it. And they're not in a rush. They're not like you guys who you are starting to leave the pitch extra time versus Lyon. This is a different team. They finally won it, and of course versus Spurs. Man, Spurs Spurs were on a history mbaya of gifting people leagues and wins and stuff. So kudos to Liverpool, and then to do it in such a stellar performance. I mean, 5 goals to secure the league. We have to give them credit. Salah, everybody knew Salah was about to score, and he went ahead and he performed. It was nice. So yes, I understand. It's not as exciting as we thought it could be, but just give them credit for what they've done. This is a new manager in a new country with new culture, new everything, new players, and he's managed to instill the high-class status that Liverpool do have. So yes, I'm an Arsenal fan, but at the same time, when I see a team that has played very well, we have to acknowledge it. We see a manager who's done it very well. We have to acknowledge it. We also have to talk about the three, I call them the three leaders of the team, who, despite their contract negotiations, are still putting up decent, good numbers on the pitch. So yes, so kudos to Liverpool.
Coming from an Arsenal fan.
No, coming from somebody who knows ball. It's just football.
You guys just bottled the league.
I mean, I don't really think you can call it bottling. Liverpool have been stellar ever since game 1 of the season.
Yes.
I mean, the only rough patch they had throughout the season was probably the PSG and Newcastle time. The PSG 2 legs and then the Newcastle Carabao Cup final.
Yes.
Other than that, the last time they struggled, I remember, was in the Forest defeat at home. Maybe the United draw. Maybe the Fulham defeat recently. Other than that, they've had a stellar season. Yeah.
And kudos to Schlott because he never had any transfers.
Only Chiesa.
Yeah. But that one, actually he never even used Chiesa because most of the time he was injured. And for Salah performing that well, and even for Virgil van Dijk performing that well, knowing they're not sure of if they'll renew their contracts yet. Hey, that was a stellar performance. Kwanza, this last game when they played the Spurs, I expected Salah to have a brace because there was a pass Darwin Núñez gave him, man, at the dying minutes. It was too much of the weight, man. Answer Darwin Núñez. He can't even perform when guys are 5-1.
You think they'll sell him at the end of the season?
Yeah.
I mean, towards the start of next season.
There are rumors that Diego Simeone wants him.
Because now, looking at Slot, what chops and changes do you think he might make to make sure he tries to retain next season?
Of course, for right back.
Yes.
Left wing, because I've heard rumors that Luis Diaz might leave.
Also step,
Yeah, and Diogo Jota is not guaranteed the minutes.
True. Actually, that's true because I think 2 of these 3 players, Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, and Darwin Núñez, I think 2 of them will leave.
Nunes
I
can
think
leave.
would leave.
Nunes can leave right now.
Even Endo is leaving.
His stay is overdue. Yeah, Nunes, his stay is overdue. He should have gone with Klopp. That's how soon he could have. But he has contributed towards the success Liverpool this season. So we can't just write him off yet. But having achieved that, having gotten now the Premier League, I think it's a good time to look for a different venture, because they are going to get their own version of Mbappe, their own version of a number 9. They're going to replace Suarez eventually. And when that time comes, if you are Nunes at that time, it's like Gomez. Gomez has overstayed at Liverpool, even though he's a utility player. But if I were him, I'd look at another place right now.
Yeah, because next year they are the World Cups, right?
Yes.
So you have to look for a club where you're gonna get more minutes,
regular game time,
to be chosen.
But then again, Brian, I have a question for you. What's next for Liverpool now? Is it now Champions League now? Nothing short of Champions League, and we invest in talent and players that are going to help us in Champions League like the way PSG have been doing? Or what is it? Because you've already gotten the prestigious title. That is the Premier League.
Yes.
And you're supposed to aim high, and it's your first year.
I think generally the outlet for the club as a whole is, of course, to retain the Premier League. But I think down to these 3 guys, Slot as the coach, Van Dijk and Salah, who just got contract extensions, I still think they'll be looking at that European Cup, that Champions League, wanting to get that. I think they'll be looking at the Champions League.
And also the coach
individually.
will be able to get his players.
Yes.
And also bring his own culture and instill his style of play with his own players, because he got players from Klopp. Now seeing Trent leaving, and also Robertson needs...
Robertson has to go.
Yeah. Well, who else? McAllister and Ryan Gravenberch. They need to be rotated.
They need some substitutes.
Yeah, they need to be rotated. Because I guess that's what costed them at the UCL period.
Okay.
And also, lastly, for me, considering its Champions League conversation, a possible Salah substitute, somebody who can give us Salah numbers.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Saka. From Arsenal to bench at Liverpool. Hey, manze.
They need a right winger from 25th of December till maybe start of...
AFCON is also here.
Start of Feb.
They'll miss out Salah for a month.
And also, Salah lazima post Christmas, alafu after hapo a flop. So wanataka msee hapo.
Alright. Congratulations Liverpool for securing the 2025 Premier League title. Only one question. Here in Kenya, considering the Wildcard is a Kenyan-based podcast.
Yes.
Which fan base has more fans, Liverpool or Man City?
Liverpool or Man City here in Kenya.
Okay.
Here in Kenya.
My take is
This is here in Kenya.
Liverpool fans are not in the social media. Yeah, they are early boomers and millennials. Hao labda utawapata Radio Jambo.
Oh my God.
As in vitu kaa hizo huko.
Fans of Liverpool.
Actually, to prove this test,
Facebook.
To prove this thing, actually, in the comment section, as you type up the answer to the question of the week, all Liverpool fans check in. I kid you not, hawatapita watatu kwa hizo comments. I kid you not.
Gun on your head, you can
How many Liverpool
even
fans
5.
do you know? But I know 2. Eric and Otis. End of story.
I know 3. Botebil, Eric Otis.
Bas.
Gun on your head. You can't name even 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Please type it up in the comments, Liverpool fans.
And also, the Man City fans, wote wako Raima sahi.
True.
Ni Gen Zs wote, they're converted Arsenal fans who are Man City fans right now.
Guys, it's not even a Gen Z thing. Like there was a day I was with Lotan and kuna msee alimsimamisha tukiwa Westlands. Akamwambia mwanaume mzima wewe uko na ndevu una support aje Man City. Bro, clean. Mtu ako na ndevu afai kuwa mtu wa Man City.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How did he react?
Alilega tu.
Respect.
Speaking of City fans, another FA Cup final.
Yes.
3rd FA Cup final in a row. won one in 2023, lost 2024, and now they're in the final against courtesy of the greatest team in
Thank you.
Yes.
Manchester United.
Yes.
And then now they're in another final with Crystal Palace.
Yes.
Is the previous game a litmus test of what we expect in that final? Considering Palace were 2-0 up, City won the game 5-2.
It will be different. It will be different. Even you personally as Brayo,
Yes.
how you play in a normal game versus how you play in a final. Those are two different mindsets. Let's start with, okay, I'm on record on previous episodes saying I want Man City to win.
They FA Cup.
Yeah, they FA Cup.
You want every other team to win apart from Arsenal.
No.
You want every...
Sir, so I'm on record. So with Crystal Palace, this is an opportunity.
Yeah.
They have beaten Man City before at Etihad.
Yes.
Not this season, but a couple of seasons ago.
They have been their bogey team.
Yeah. And they have Mateta in the name of a striker, and their forward, their front three, in my opinion right now, is more lethal than City as far as getting the goals and the impact is concerned. However, you've just said it. It's the third FA Cup final for Man City. It's not a coincidence. There's a reason for that. And with the previous FA Cup, United just were better with their chances. Looking at this one, I still have City to win because, I mean, it's KDB's last season. Pep has to clinch something. Think about it. A top 4 and a FA Cup in your worst season, it's a good badge.
Yeah,
it's a good bragging right. So I don't see Pep losing this. Yeah.
David Glasner. This is where we come. Supporting the underdogs. Eberechi Eze, man. Kindly do me something.
Little
A
dribble.
brace. John Philip Mateta.
Yes.
Of course, he has to score one. The Man City defense has been shaky, man. So Mateta has to score. That's for sure. They won't keep a clean sheet. They might go for... Are there extra times? Am I straight to penalties?
Yeah, extra time, Miko.
Extra time.
Yeah.
I see this game.
Extra
If
time?
Palace put on a show, they might go to extra time or disappoint them in the dying minutes. Koma 85 hapo wapate tu Eberechi Eze ameslide amepata pasi ya Wharton. Kwanza that
Adam
player.
Wharton, yes.
Yeah. We should
Yes.
get him to Manchester United.
Yes.
Wharton, kindly give me that assist to Eberechi Eze.
Yes.
And I'm done, man. David Glasner came, reinvented the style of play for Crystal Palace. They had Roy Hodgson.
Yes. Did well.
I really hope he gets
it's
something. Because it will give Palace fans
Yes.
something to end the season with.
And in the event you guys reach, or in the event Crystal Palace City FA Cup final reaches the penalty, because most of these big games zimekuwa na hiyo habit ya kufika penalties. Do you have faith in Henderson?
Yeah, of course.
United product.
Yeah.
United.
Hey, it's so good, man. Hey.
What about you, Brayo?
I think if Pep brings his wife to the game, they win. If they'll have already sorted their issues and they're back together, then they'll win. But if not, he'll overthink like he always does, and then he'll fumble it. But I think I'm still gonna give City the edge in this.
Okay, who will start? Otego
I
or
think
Ederson?
I think Ederson will start. I think it'll be his last game for City as well. I think they'll get a new goalkeeper next season. So I think he will leave Man City with a trophy. Showcase with De Bruyne. I really think you can't let Pep get to 3 finals in a row. He's not losing 2. In his worst season, he's an FA Cup final. He'll absolutely take it.
You don't see a scenario where Glasner would have a good plan versus City. And this is why I say this. Just look at the last game. They started by scoring 2.
Yes, the plan was there.
Quick goals. Actually, it was 3 goals.
Yeah,
Except
one
that
was ruled out.
Eze's goal was ruled out. So, okay, let's just say 3 goals. They scored 3 goals against Man City initially before City responded.
Yes.
You don't see a situation where they could do that and polish up their defense or outscore City.
Of course they can. With the likes of Eze and Ismail Assar creating chances,
Yes.
they definitely can. They definitely can. I don't rule that out.
And they only have FA to focus on. You know,
Right now,
Man
they're
City
Premier
have
League
top
safe,
4.
so yeah, they can rest players in the remaining 4 games in the Premier League. And then Eze and Sa need to be fit for that game. So as Mateta.
Okay. I'm okay with that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair
So,
enough.
Man City win.
I think City will win the FA Cup.
Let me take the underdog, man.
Yes.
David Glasner. He saved me so much in the assistant manager chip.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, I want to remind you, by the way, before we get to the gist of course, the Champions League football.
Yes.
Lazima ni waplug na SportPesa. Unaona Venant, acha kututumia bet slips kwa group sahi. I actually think fans out there need to focus on the jackpot, whether it's the midweek or the mega jackpot. Right now, the mega jackpot is at over 412 million Kenyan shillings. Last week, there was someone in Nakuru who won the midweek jackpot. 13 out of 13, 17 million in the bag. What are you waiting for? Pay bill number is, of course, 955-100. Your phone number is your own personal account number, and all you need is 99 bob to be the latest millionaire in the 254. Moving on. I see that jersey you're wearing, but you already know what I'm repping, right?
Yeah.
The incoming Champions League winner 2025. Simone Inzaghi leading them to the top. Seriously, looking at how Inter have been in the past 3 weeks or so, they've had a poor run in form coming into this Barcelona game in the first leg. And Barcelona, they don't look like slouches.
I told you.
The Celta Vigo game, 3-1 down, win it 4-3. I'll bet I think the ref added extra time so that Rafinha could get the penalty. The Madrid game, I think Jonito will have more on that about it. But for me, it's from an Inter perspective, you lose to Bologna, you lose to Milan in the second leg of the Coppa Italia semi-final, and then you lose at home to Roma in a title race. Do you think it's more of them focusing in the Champions League, or they're actually now capitulating and they might actually go the whole season trophyless like Arsenal regularly do?
I'll answer that.
Yes.
There's a team in Premier League that's going the same route. It's called Aston Villa. Back-to-back losses.
Yes.
Once again,
They bottled the
fatigue
UEFA.
is coming up. You're playing all these games, and right now they add the pressure to be. This is Inter Milan. Add the pressure now of Champions League and winning. Because it's not top 4 with Syria. It's a matter of winning it. Yeah. There's that prestige. Because the Italian clubs, they do pride themselves in victory. So it's just I'll call it like a stumble on their path.
Yes.
Even though it has cost them. And right now, if I was Inzaghi, it will be game by game basis. I wouldn't prioritize
one competition only.
Yes.
Unai Emery and Inzaghi they're from the same WhatsApp group, bro. Unai lost the top 4 race. Champions League, FA Cup in a span of 1 week, bro. 1 week. That's what I'm seeing Inzaghi doing, man. He's bottling it at the vital moments, man. And I told you, Thuram.
Yeah, he's missing the first.
He's missing, but he's been missing even the Syria games. He's been that vital partner to Lautaro Martinez.
Yes,
Saremi has not worked at all.
Exactly, because they were so toothless in the AC Milan game. AC Milan, they always give us hopes, and now I see Napoli clinching the title, man.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. 3-point gap.
I don't
4 games to go.
I don't see Conte bottling, man.
Yes.
He's so good. Actually, Conte is not so good in cup competitions.
Yeah.
He's more of a league-based
go to the league,
coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
And first season, he's winging it.
Chelsea.
Scott McTominay, man.
Yes.
Good signing for him.
Signing for him.
Gilmore and Zambo Anguissa.
And Lukaku.
Okay. But on the other side, the team you support.
Where were we?
The team you support.
Where were we?
The team you support.
Visca Catalunya, Visca Baja. I told you, man. Now where do we start? With the teenagers or the coach?
Start with the coach.
With the coach.
Yes.
I told you, Hansi Flick. He's a monster in finals. He doesn't care. I see him as a true German. He never give an F or wants to play beautiful football for a final.
Yeah.
He comes gun blazing, all out.
Time to win.
Yeah, and also you can check even his substitutes. The time, talking about Copa del Rey, the time Modric came in with Adagula, boom, 2 goals, they have equalized. Immediately after that, he brought in Gavi. And
Gavi is a war dog in that midfield.
Exactly.
He's not the best passer or the best, but he's a war dog. He will fight for that ball. Yeah.
The substitutes he made, Modric can't keep up with the intensity of the midfield.
As of now, yeah.
And actually gave out that pass to Kunde. and he had options. If you could see that clip,
Replay.
he had options. He could even given a long ball. He opted to give Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz is waiting for the ball. Come on. Huwezi kuwa hapo katikati na
you're waiting. Umesimama, you're static. You should be moving.
Any extra time.
Yeah.
Jules Kounde, man. What a player.
I think from a Madrid perspective, they'll be hell to pay, especially if Barcelona go away with the quadruple. Perez will knock some heads, Mbaya. Perez will definitely knock some heads. And I think from a Madrid perspective, I know the links to Xabi Alonso are very serious as a manager, but I'd rather Perez go and bribe Klopp to come back to football management.
I'll see.
I would rather that.
Before Flick saying about at his press, Yamal will come with a new style of play. Kumbe he was talking about his hairstyle.
Obvious.
But that guy,
the confidence in that kid to tell Araujo before the game, even if they score 1 or 2, we'll still beat them. They can't match up to us this season. The confidence in a 17-year-old to say that before a cup final against Real Madrid. Bruh.
And
don't you think it speaks to now Flick's success, as his point is saying, for a 17-year-old to say what he says in front of the media confidently?
Imagine.
It shows the trust that they have. I'm a process-oriented person.
Yes.
The trust that they have in Hansi Flick's process of coaching and making them better. It speaks to his excellence. That's 8 out of 8 finals, 100 success rate. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And you guys should now rate Pedri. He's
At the moment, everyone rates Pedri.
At the moment, I see him as the best midfielder at the moment.
Valverde will have something to say soon.
He's
At the moment.
Actually,
have something to say soon.
this is a good conversation because one, it's true. He starts for passing and all. It's top of the top.
Yes.
But then on the other hand, we can't start your way when you're talking about Valverde because Valverde too has stats.
This season he hasn't been that good.
Yeah, this season no Madrid
I'm saying
players
at the
can
moment.
on it. Like,
We're not talking about this.
Okay.
This season,
So,
Pedri edges everyone.
on Wednesday night, Barcelona taking on Inter Milan first leg of the Champions League. Any hangovers after winning the final? Any
No.
hangovers for the Barcelona players?
That was just a walkover.
Walkovers inafikanga extra time.
Unajua lazima tupe Real hope kidogo. Unaona hataki kuwashinda 5 tena. It's too obvious for a final. We want to see Real Madrid coming back, having the hope, doing the Chouameni style.
That Chouameni seller is killer, by the way.
But let me
Finally,
play
Mbappe scoring a free kick.
good free kick. But you have to prepare for Inter Milan. Inter Milan is not just any other team that.
After 3 defeats, Barcelona kuja kuweka.
That's why Pedri was subbed off together with Frankie de Jong. I don't think. I think Inigo Martinez will be back.
Yes.
And I hope Balde has been celebrating too much.
Yes.
I hope Balde.
Yes.
Alexandro Balde will be back at left back. I hope because that's where
our weakness is.
I feel that's where the weakness is.
Okay. And also Inzaghi as a manager, you also have to give him credit. You have to consider him too because him as a manager, he's managed to lift Inter Milan from Katim 2 Flania top 4 to where they are right now.
Especially post-COVID.
Yes. So, and also we've mentioned substitutions. Inter Milan have that habit of Dumfries and Ingia Nani, the changes that are being made, and before you know it, it's 3-3 or it's 3-2. They're up. But so as much as, yes, I'm a Barcelona fan and I want it will be Arsenal and Barcelona in the final. That's my prediction. But as much as I want that, it will be a harder battle for Barcelona versus Inter Milan than Barcelona, let's say, versus
any team in the final.
Yes.
Inter won't make it.
So we can't just go there with that mentality of it's just a walkover. Nah.
For Real Madrid, that's what I said. But
okay.
For Inter Milan, Inter Milan, if Barella wakes up on a good mood, it will be a good fight.
Prediction, first leg result.
I see a 3-1.
3-1 for Barcelona.
3-1 to Barcelona.
I cannot go against my team wearing the kit. So Barcelona win.
I think 1-0 Inter.
Yeah.
1-0 Inter. Away.
San Siro, 3 defeats in a row. there's something they have for us. There's no way they are going 4 defeats in a row.
But
No
they
way.
don't.
So you think it's all in this
But
first
I-
fixture?
Inter will win it 1-0.
Barcelona having that confidence coming just from winning the Copa del Rey, man. Naona watakuwa na alafu Pedri atakuwa amepumzika. So I see it a 3-1. Let me stick with a 3-1.
Fair enough. The other fixture, of course, happening later on today as the show drops.
Yes.
We've talked so much about it. We've waxed really cold. Some jabroni has been claiming that fear the Arsenal, fears Junini. Anyway, first leg result, I'll go. Arsenal taking on PSG.
Yes.
First leg, 2-2 at the Emirates.
It's a challenge for me when I hear this fixture. The real challenge is Arsenal's defense, because there are 2 situations where Arsenal's defense has been tested to the limit.
Yes.
There's the Real Madrid situation, and now it will be PSG, because it's not the same PSG as we are used to. They're now scoring more goals. Their system is more blend. We have to talk about, we'll talk about Vitinha at that time. So it will be a bit challenging for Arsenal, but as an Arsenal fan, like I said, Barcelona, Arsenal, Champions League final.
First leg result,
First leg.
prediction.
At Emirates, Arsenal win. If Arsenal don't win it at Emirates, it's a wrap.
2-1 to PSG.
2-1 to PSG.
Usman Dembele.
I like that.
At
And,
Emirates.
I like that.
At
Yo.
Emirates.
I like
Yeah,
that.
man. I see a 2-1. 2-1 win to PSG.
You just beat Real Madrid.
It's real.
We cannot say it's real. We cannot say it's
small
real.
Individual
And then
brilliance,
number
man.
2, we've beaten them before and kept a clean sheet.
The PSG
Number
you
3.
met, the PSG you met at the league phase is not the same PSG you met.
Yes, and that's
you're meeting
why
right now.
after that fixture, we've gone ahead and score many goals than you guys, than PSG. Yeah. So it's a bet. Okay, on paper it's a better team, but
Okay.
for Grau, and then afterward Luch over there.
Hate watch lazima. Hata utuambie sijui umefunga bao ngapi. Hate watch lazima. Saliba lazima atapeana bao. Unajua Saliba bado amepeana bao. Amepeana bao sijui mara ngapi.
Now that's
Saliba lazima
hating.
atapeana bao.
That's
Kitu
hating.
yenye iko, kitu yenye iko, yeah. So I think
You don't have Merino, you don't
Yeah.
have
no, Merino will be there. Partey
atakuwa shapona.
Partey will miss.
But amekuwa injury.
Nah, Merino is okay.
Rais udungwa, trust you me. Anyway,
But you guys losing Thomas Partey. Aye.
Will be key.
That's a huge
Key.
loss to you guys.
We've won games without Thomas Partey.
But
We'll
this is
win this
UEFA.
one.
It's not Ipswich.
We've beaten Real Madrid with Kiwor. Now what?
Sianze PSG basi.
so basi, yeah. Anyway, those results, of course, will be posted live according with our predictions on our SportPesa Facebook page. Of course, you've seen our Twitter, you've seen our Instagram. Kindly follow us on the SportPesa Facebook page. And before we talk matters KPL, because, you know, the shirt sponsors, the Shabana had a good weekend. Gor Mahia also had a good weekend. I think I'm trying to remind you, Tujiamini Season 2 is on. Tujiamini.co.ke is the place to post all your videos. Wasewa Central this weekend, 3rd May, finally acheza dimba iko pale Mobi Grounds. We will be there live and watching. And also watu wa Western, tujiamini.co.ke is the place to post your videos. Of course, Tujiamini initiative from SportPesa is bringing $1 million reward for the gold. 1 million Kenyan shillings reward in the gold category. Then you have 500K in the silver. We also have 300K in the bronze. Alafu cheza dimba, of course, 250,000. What are you waiting for? Wasewa Western, this is the time to shine with your talents.
Western.
Gor Mahia, 4-0 win. Back in the
Marashuga.
title race. After Tusker fumble.
Not Tusker fumble.
Yes.
After Talanta loss on Thursday.
yes.
Bro. You know what's worse than being rained on?
Yeah.
That result. Like, we are heading to, this is a game in hand. We win this game, we are ahead by, is it 3 points?
Yes.
That's a good cushion to lie to right now in the league.
Yeah.
And then what do? We go ahead and we give them a clean sheet, number 1. And then we lose the game. And when you even look at how the game was being played, tulichezana hangi. We were just there. We're just there. I wish I could big up the big players and stuff, but that was a lethargic performance on Thursday. I don't even want to get into the issue of the coach and the Zico
So see
and
technical
stuff.
bench this time.
Yeah, but what I know from fans is it's like fans are tired of this
The shenanigans and
going
the
on,
antics
and we want results. And if we lose this league right now to Kenya Police
Tusker.
or Tusker,
Police.
yes, or if we lose it, somebody has to be. By the way, it's a trend. Gor Mahia we usually fire somebody at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So somebody has to go this time.
Your manager's antics going to see the Madare and Tusker game.
First and foremost.
Is he trying to play some mind games?
No. That's the media playing mind tricks on you. On Sunday, the last Sunday, Dandora Stadium hosted 2 games. Madare and Tusker, which is at 1 p.m. And then Gor and Mara, which is at 4 p.m. And if you know Gor, the way Ujipanga, they're usually there before time. We go to Muranga, they're there probably a day before. If it's Machakos, they are way there, you know. So it's just a matter of just the bus being early on time and just the coach coming. Because when you look at the fixtures, Tusker isn't meeting Gor Mahia. Yeah. So there's no need for you to chat. You're going there. You're going to watch what? That's not even hate watching.
Or maybe the coach was going to look at how Masika scored a brace against Tusker.
We have Omala, we okay.
And you guys never gave him minutes at Gor Mahia.
Father, we okay.
Mr. Police, how are you feeling? Back to winning ways?
I feel that cushion being number 1. So comfortable.
What kind of cushion? It's not a comfortable cushion.
It's a comfortable.
It's not like Liverpool, Arsenal, 13 points. It's not a comfortable cushion.
I don't see us losing because come next game.
Yes. Who do you play in the weekend?
Gusii Stadium.
They play Shabana.
Yeah.
Tusker host us, AFC. Who do you play?
Maybe he'll have to check.
Because I know from a Venant's perspective, he wants AFC to do him a favor.
Yes.
But the one thing,
so do you.
The one thing I know, Shabana won't lose at Gusii Stadium.
That's
one thing
true.
I know.
So you're sure Shabana will do you a favor?
Of course. And they're number 4 right now, Shabana. So Goro kizubazuba hivi Shabana anaweza wapita pia.
What I know about for those people who don't know, Shabana is hosting Gor Mahia this weekend.
Yes.
Shabana and Gor are sponsored by SportPesa. So this will be a it will be a stadium which is full because of the Shabana fans and by Gor Mahia fans. So if there's that fixture that you need to watch, this is the one. Number 2, Shabana wako kwa hiyo top 4 conversation because of their form. They've been playing very well. And this is one of those victories that if they win, it solidifies their top 4 status. Remember, Shabana this season were almost there kwa relegation some time back. So their form has greatly improved, and a win versus Gor Mahia, a team that isn't losing so much, it's very good for them. And then you have to add the aspect of the Gusii Stadium. There's
atmosphere.
The atmosphere in that stadium, it favors them. Because those are literally local fans and then Sima fans and you may travel. So they have a very good home form and they have a very good fan base at home. So Gor Mahia, this will be a very
tough match,
difficult match. Yeah.
I see Police is meeting Bandari. Hey, this will be a tough one because it's away.
No, direct win.
It's an away match. And Police haven't...
Kenya kuna kwanga na away na home.
Yes. When it comes to them.
Coast,
Bandari wamekuwa pia like on good form at their home. So hapo tukijaribu sana draw ama kanaro win katua ni hivi ama 1-0.
And also Gor, whenever we go to Bandari in Mombasa, for some funny reason, we don't go, we come back with a loss or maybe a draw. So you uko Mombasa, sijui ni nini
temperatures pia za huko ni
Gor could be,
but ni lakeside tu pia huko. Kwani players
I can't explain it, Brayo. We could be having like a 50 game unbeaten run,
and then Bandari
we
show
go
up.
Tunateremkanga huko.
Inageuza.
So it will be difficult for them, and Tusker have a good home form. Their study, for some funny reason, it favors them. So away from their study, it's a bit...
It'll be a tough fix. Anyway, good luck to all you title challengers.
What about FC?
This is season yetu, as long as tuko na win sahi, we are good. Because literally, we did start the season off very well, but then now we've dropped off. Because even Shabana have eclipsed us. Right now, the team to be looked at is Shabana, apart from the title race. Yeah.
But you don't think versus Tusker, you guys could do something?
I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I think the win over the weekend will give us confidence, considering we were 3 goals up at halftime. Yeah, so I think it will give us confidence going to the Tusker fixture. I think we'll get a point.
Okay.
Because at our players in Mangwete, they won't come like dilly-dallying or lethargic. They're also in a title race. So I think it'll be a 1-1 draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so basi then.
Like to us, Sasa Basi.
Like to us about what FPL.
36 points.
Come on. So for those people who are wondering, I made a very big mistake. I forgot to confirm my team. So
But you're the best FPL
I know.
world.
It's called Saturday.
I want to remind FPL we're the best manager in the world.
I do. It's just that anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters most is FPL managers. By all means, make sure you are aware of the deadline because in a change, sometimes it's 4 p.m., sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 6 p.m. So make sure you know the deadline. Don't be like I. Number 2, in this part of FPL right now, it's a matter of just keeping the players. So if your player right now, between now and the game week Kuisha, he has good, decent fixtures, it's worth keeping him instead of going that extra hit for a -4. So that's pretty much it. And then if you're forced to buy, you want to buy now somebody in your team, I'm going to help you. So you're going to start with the assistant manager. I've been talking about Pep from game week 30 since from game week 30 to game week 37. So this is one of those best game weeks to use the assistant manager on Pep because it's versus Wolves and it's at Friday and City don't have anything going on right now, so they need to secure that top 4 spot. More on City, they have this O'Reilly guy. So if you're looking for somebody who's cheap, you can get him.
Is he guaranteed to start?
At this point, yeah, considering he's scoring and he's playing very well, and most importantly, Pep talks good about him. You can consider him.
Pep roulette.
I've talked about KDB, considering it's its last season, so I'm thinking he's going to be favored in terms of game time, and he's the captain. So like I've said in FPL, any captain captain is guaranteed game time in FPL. Another fixture that we need to look at is West Ham and Spurs.
Yes.
In this season right now, bet against Spurs as far as FPL is concerned because they are conceding goals. And there's only one person who I can highlight in this fixture, and that's Bowen.
Jared Bowen.
Bowen was very instrumental even when they defeated Arsenal. So Bowen is that guy for me. And with Arsenal and Brentford, you can keep those players because they also have a good fixtures. This applies to those people who already have the Sakas and
the Whisters and the Belmos.
I can't bet on Saka, man. I bought Saka like 3 games ago. Hapana, umse ni disappoint. Anakudisappoint kila time. Anaingizwa dakika 60. Hakuna kitu amedu.
You can get.
I guess Saka
That's just down to you.
Saka is being.
It's so obvious Arteta is going against the kid.
Of course. So don't pick Saka. Maybe
Saka, Martinelli.
Go for
Martinelli. Yeah, Martinelli. I will go with Martinelli.
I'd go with
if
Trossard.
not Saka.
I'd go with Trossard because Trossard isn't being played for I think
Champions League.
So my opinion is irrelevant. Nilikuwa your game. But I've looked at it. I think over the weekend I got 45 points. I haven't changed my team since January, my guy. Because you 17 something. What a waste.
Oh, put 45?
Better than the best in the world.
Of course.
Below average.
But the one time that you beat me in FPL, I'll let you have it.
Cunha and Aït-Nouri.
Yes.
Those are my big differentials. They give me 15, 11 respectively.
I think now that Nyash is missing, it's my time to shine in FIFA.
In FIFA.
Trivia. All right. And before we get to the trivia, of course, kama kawaida.
Yes.
I think you guys watched what our Shujaz did in Singapore.
Chukua yellow. And then
our Shujaz performed very well in Singapore, albeit losing in the final to Fiji. But don't you worry. Here weekend, we want to travel on in the LA playoffs.
Yes.
They'll definitely represent us. Big shout out to the Shujaz.
And
so also, the trivia master. All right. Haters. Oh, Nila ina bet.
Yeke hapa.
Question 1. Who is the highest international goal scorer in the Premier League history?
Yeah. Siam.
Highest goal scorer international in the Premier. Hey, what the fuck is that? What the fuck did you just say? Aguero.
Nope.
What the hell
Aguero
did you
yuko
say?
EPL.
Highest international goal scorer in the EPL this season.
History.
That's why.
Alan Shearer.
How?
How?
It can't be Shearer.
Henry.
Shearer never scored goals for England.
Salah bana. Hey.
All time. All time. International.
He's just
Also today in the Liverpool questions.
Yeah.
Twende kazi.
he's just flexing.
Question 2. Which nation has only ever played a single World Cup game?
Oh my God. How is that even possible, my guy?
I don't know.
Damn.
Single World Cup game.
You know what?
Guess to South Africa.
Nope.
No, I think either USSR or West Germany before they changed their name. No.
With Germany sinameshinda titles mob.
Is it before they changed their name?
Ungesema East maybe.
I don't know, something like Mauritius or something. Mauritius or I don't know.
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Oh. Wow.
God
Okay.
Question 3. Who was the oldest manager to win the World Cup?
Oh my God, Nimejiseti. Shit. Del Bosque?
Correct.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
I was to go with Scolaria.
Maybe.
Question 4.
Yeah.
Which nation is the only one to top the FIFA World Rankings without ever winning a World Cup?
Portugal.
Nope.
Belgium.
Correct.
Yes. Shit.
Seven ajai.
No, I know that cause.
Belgium Red Devils, yeah.
I know
Last
that
one.
cause.
Who is the first Dutch captain to lift the England top league?
England.
Top league.
Van Dijk.
No way. Ni mimi ndo nimefinya baza my guy.
kwanza.
Mimi ndo nimefinya baza. Nipe tu point yangu.
No, aliliangalia.
Uliza tiebreaker. Nitoa tu start. Nitoa kwa akili haraka.
Hakuna tiebreaker.
See the tiebreaker 2-2.
Name the
1-1. 2-2. 1-1. Yes, sir. 1-1.
Alafu nishinde hiyo moja.
Name the current top 4 teams in the KPL.
Police, Tusker, Gor, Shabana.
I mean, seriously, we want a tiebreaker and go ahead and give him a point.
Tuanzie hapo.
We cannot finish with a draw. We must find a winner.
Si kuna second leg.
Bro.
Kuna
Ayala kila mtu anapata 1-1.
I supported your Premier League campaign. Mimi ndo nilikuwa nakubaka watu wakisema Liverpool watapamba. I was the one who was backing you. My God. Ni sawa tu. It's okay. You do me like that. Sawa. We shall see. Nitakupata tu.
Zozo Sports.
Anyway, just before we wrap up, of course, kama kawaida, shout out to, of course, Steven Mwaka, who said, of course, answered last week's question of the week when I asked who are the current holders of the Copa del Rey at that time. He said the current holders of the Copa del Rey, of course, are Atletico Bilbao. Right now, of course, it's Barcelona, considering the fixture has already passed.
Yes.
Big shout out to Collins Onyaga as well, who said Athletic Bilbao, and George as well, who said Athletic Club. Yeah. Other than that, I think there's one who said John Mooley, as a fan of the mighty Barcelona, I'm happy to say I'm okay being considered an underdog of the Inter tie. Really feels like Barcelona are underdog.
Some of you are Clarks. Some of you comment ya Clarks.
Clarks ako wapi? Si
Yeah.
nione.
Acha nisome. Ni kama iko
Ako wapi?
Actually, while we're here,
Ni Kiari. Alisema kuna Clarks moto on set. And then there's some Ngwete called Jonito Mbugwa who had to say shukran. Leo umefanya.
Mngema akisifiwa kidogo. Yeah.
A kind reminder that, of course, question of the week this week is what was the result when Barcelona last hosted Inter in the Champions League? Up until next time, I've been Brian Waudo.
Jonito Mbogwa.
Venant, once again, Arsenal women, Champions League final. Arsenal, Champions League final. I'm happy. Barcelona, Champions League final. I'm happy.
Follow us on Zozo Sportscast or Jonito Mbogwa.
Till next time.
Yep.